What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. And this is about the first week, the second week. This is the second week, the end of the second week. So we're going on the third week, and we're officially hit that ugly stage of your aquarium. I'm just at a water change, so it's a little stuff shifting around the water. For the most part, everything's clear. We have algae growing, which, I mean, it's excess nutrients, of course. New filter, um, new substrate, and I did one. I usually do, since it's shrimp, copper is dangerous to them, so usually I don't use flourish as much. So I use one cap like a month, and then the rest is a thrive all in one fertilizer, which is safe for shrimp, and I use that like bi-weekly. I didn't do too much, but since there's so much nutrients, I'm not gonna use liquid fertilizer for a while. Not much has changed in the tank. I added a sponge filter instead of an air stone. I was gonna put two, but these things are huge, so I only put one. It's in the back. It actually has a center part that has ceramic cubes, and which just increased the biological filtration even further, which I think was cool. My other ones didn't have that. It's really cool that this one did. I think it really increases the effectiveness of it. The only reason I got this filter, the sponge filter, I don't need it, but shrimp really love sponge filters, so I got it just so they're more comfortable in the tank and I can see them visibly for longer time periods. The water sprite's growing pretty well, nice and lush. I'm gonna see how far it spreads out, but for so far, they love hiding in it, and I've seen a lot of them molting and hiding in the water sprite, which is great. I think every shrimp I had in here molted at least once already, so it's kind of hard to see all 10 because some of them are fresh out of molt, they're hiding. I put these two caves in here. I got a 6-pack, but I put two in here, and I gave the rest to the betas. The betas are loving it. I haven't seen a shrimp interact with it too much so far, but for the most part, everyone's loving it. And the shrimp were out and about, but since I did the water change and shifted the water around a lot, they kind of like dispersed. But these guys are all doing good. I see a lot of snail humping, so I'm guessing they're trying to have babies soon, but hopefully not. If they do have babies, I'll probably throw them on the 150 and just let them be in there for a while. And maybe I'll take them to the store in mass and trade them in. There's the shrimp all the way in the bag. I don't know if I can get it on film. I don't know if he's showing. There he goes. From my understanding, the brighter shrimp are the females and the darker ones are the males. We got one on the sponge filter, having fun. Let me see if I can spot any more. We have number 3. He's right there, just chilling on the. But usually there's always like 2 or 3 in here, and then usually there's a fresh molted one. Those are hard to see, to be honest. It's very hard to see the freshly molted ones. But at one point I was like, dang, did all the shrimp die? It was like, no, they just all immediately molted after a week, and then they started popping out again. So eventually we should see all 10 back out again. I think that's a piece of a molt. But for the most part, I know they're hiding within this rock space because there's a lot of crevices to hide. I added the stones, which the snails can't really get into because they're too fat. And they have under the driftwood pieces. The snails are also too big for that. And then they also have the back of the. But most of the time, they have this. The Poptos is not growing as good as I thought it would, but it is growing. Once it establishes itself, it's gonna pop off. This one is growing some new roots. This one died off, so I'm gonna see if I have to get different cuttings. But from what I could see, it's trying to really sprout some new sprouts. So I'm gonna just wait on that. I put an Amazon sword here. I never grew one like out of water, so I want to try that. That's new for me. I didn't want to put one submerged. I want to grow it like, so I'm gonna see how it transitions to being like outside the water. It might die, but it's just a cutting from my original section. Um, the tank is now cycled. It's not fully cycled, but it is cycled. So it's pretty much established. We're on a cycle now. All we need to do is get that cycle to be better, more efficient. Um, I am looking to get a monos probably next week or the week after. Probably the week after. I wanted the tank to be a little bit more established by then, and then hopefully they can help out with the algae and stuff. I don't think I want an algae eater just yet because the snails do a lot. I think this wall is the worst. I don't think it shows up on camera. I could clean it myself, but I want to see how much the tank could do by itself before I have to step in and clear it. I think that's a male right there. He's really dark. That's one of the biggest ones I've seen, shrimp wise. She is really big. And I'm trying to keep an eye out for them carrying babies, because usually the mother just carries them on her from the backside. I don't know how aged these were since they keep molting and growing. I don't think they were like fully sized, but she looks pretty good. For the most part, everything about shrimp is very unique if you watch them. It's very different from watching a fish or beta for me. One fish I do miss is plecos, but honestly, I don't want to commit to that. Cause I do love plecos, but I get really attached, so I don't want to get attached to a pleco and then it gets too big. I gotta sell them off. That's another hiding spot. You can't see him, but he's right above the driftwood. I can't get him on camera. He's sneaky. Oh, there he is. A lot of sneaky spots for these guys. The leaves are still deteriorating. I'm gonna just leave them till they're completely done. I don't think they care about the leaves, to be honest. I'm probably never gonna buy those again, but just for now, I'm gonna leave those in. And then usually I turn the lights off when I go to sleep because your plants don't photosynthesis 24/7, so they don't need the light on 24/7. And then also it lets the shrimp that are freshly molted, they'll come out and eat and do what they got to do more if you turn the lights off. Just so, and it's a little safer for them when you turn the lights off, so they could get around without getting killed by the other shrimp or whatever else that could kill them. And as you can see, the poppy plants are nice, but they make a mess on them. Like all the shrimp just come on it and just poop, which I don't really mind because I like to see that they're eating so much. But I didn't expect them to become like toilet paper. My toilet paper flour. Yeah, they just love pooping on it. Little shrimp poops. I am gonna get a micro siphon because I don't really get I don't clean this as much because it's sand. The poop will go in the sand. It will go in eventually all the way down into the substrate, and then eventually it will dissipate and slowly release ammonia rather than fast. I don't have the option here. I don't have sand, so I have to clean it manually. So I'm trying to get a mini siphon, not a big one. I had a decent sized one, but it was so annoying to clean the tank with. That was more of a hassle. So I'm trying to get something really small, really precise, not a lot of power, and just clean some of this excess stuff out. But that's going to be it for this video. It's a short one, but I wanted to do a little update. But basically, the tank is in its ugly phase, and after this, we should be fully established phase, which I hoping to see is very cool, bright colors. Everyone seems cool. And hopefully I'm planning on covering that, but I don't know how I'm gonna do it right now. I might get a other driftwood piece and kind of cover it, but then it'd be kind of annoying because I have to take that out eventually to squeeze it out. I'll think of something. But it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Maybe if I have a driftwood piece coming up and kind of blocking it. Also, this might cover the whole top and kind of come down, so it might not even matter, to be honest. And the water sprite we have over here is acclimating very well. It's getting bushier. You see the one in the back, how it's very bushy, and the stems kind of grow out. That's only if you plant it. If you leave it like this above, it won't get as floaty. It'll be more stringy. But it's wherever you like. I like floating it and planting it, because floating, it'll multiply faster. You get more feed plants, and you can put it in your other systems and stuff like that. But on that note, we have another big one over here. She has huge whiskers. I don't know if they're showing on camera. Come on, you got it. Yeah, she has huge whiskers. She's very big. I was worried about covering these filters, but even the F6 on like low is enough to like pump them out, so none of them could get in there, so I don't need to cover that up. I'm still curious about this. I don't know if covering this with the filter mesh is gonna disrupt the cleaning too much, but when I get the filter rack, I might just take all of that off the bag, or I might take the bag off, shake it, get it all into the filter, and then strap the bag back on and just be mindful of the shrimp around, or kind of wave them the other way, because I don't know how that's going to work long term. Maybe it's not an issue, because even most aquariums, they could suck the debris through a sponge filter, so I think that has actual holes in it, so I think it actually get through. But anyway, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna start rambling. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully have a big update for you guys. I don't really do feeding videos with these guys. I do shorts with the shrimp. I don't do feeding videos like I do with the betta fish. But I'll see you guys on the next one. I might do underwater video of this one once the tank is established with the GoPro. I would do it with my phone, but my phone's a little too big for the tank to like actually videotape stuff, but we'll see when that happens. Anyway, see you guys on the next one. Peace out.